Hi, I'm Dr. Dhanashri. You're watching me live on Sify.com.
Can you please emphasize on the origin of Ebola virus, or is it still a mystery?
Ebola virus, as we know that Ebola infection is caused by a deadly virus. It is known as Ebola virus. It is a virus of the family of Filoviridae, and there are 4 known strains of the virus. All of them can be very pathogenic, or it can cause deadly human diseases. Before coming over to your answer, we would just go or touch on the historical points that Ebola first originated in West Africa in 1976 on the banks of Ebola River, that is now known as Democratic Congo Republic. And after then, the world has seen many epidemics of such deadly Ebola virus, which have a very high mortality of around 50 to 80%. So as far as the origin is concerned, the origin has occurred in Western Africa, Syria, Liberia, the Democratic Republic of Congo. These are the regions which are very heavily affected by all the deadly strains of the viruses. In the United States, the first strain was isolated in 1989, and after that there have been few reported cases of proven Ebola cases in the United States as well. So as I said before, the most likely reservoirs, natural reservoirs of the Ebola virus infections are the fruit bats, the apes and the monkeys. And the transmission to the humans, this first event is known as a spillover event, and this occurs when the human comes into contact with blood or body fluids of such infected animals.
What are the various means by which Ebola virus generally spreads?
Ebola virus, as we said, the humans acquire the virus at the first point from an infected animal, that is mostly the bat or the apes or the monkeys. So this first event is known as a spillover event. For subsequently, the human to human transmission occurs due to contamination or due to direct contact of the skin or the mucous membranes of the body or the infected body fluids of the infected body fluids of the animal. Human to human transmission occurs when there is a direct contact with blood or infected body fluids. It also occurs when a human handles sharp objects such as syringes or needles of an infected person. This mode of contact is most important in healthcare workers. There is no evidence that the spread of Ebola occurs via airborne transmission or it occurs via a food transmission. It occurs mainly by the transmission, or it is transmitted by direct contact with the infected blood or the body fluids. Now this contact can be either through the skin or through the mucous membrane of the eyes, of the nose or of the mouth. So whenever the person comes into contact with infected body fluids or with infected blood, he is very prone to getting Ebola infection.
Why is Ebola considered as a fatal viral infection?
Like any other viral illness like dengue, there is no specific cure or there is no specific antiviral drug or vaccine for Ebola. So Ebola causes a disease ranging from mild symptoms to very severe hemorrhage and bleeding from various sides. As far as the mild disease is concerned, the person can have fever, headache, stomach pain, diarrhea, vomiting. However, in severe cases, there is unexplained bleeding from many sides. Such people need to be admitted in the ICU and they need to be managed on supportive care by giving them fluids and maintaining their oxygenation pulse as well as their blood pressure. However, there is no specific antidote or there is no specific vaccination to prevent the occurrence of Ebola, or there is no specific antiviral drugs against this medication. The disease which Ebola causes in certain group of individuals can be a frank bleeding and frank hemorrhagic fever. So the patients bleed in the lungs, they have got bleeding from the nose, they have got bleeding from various sides of the body, and hence they need to be kept on the ventilator, they need to be kept in the ICU, and the management is only supportive. Ebola causes a disease which has got a very high mortality. The death rate from the Ebola virus is known to be as high as 80% with certain strains of Ebola virus, and hence Ebola is considered to be a very fatal infection because some of the symptoms are really severe and there is no particular cure or there is no particular vaccine against Ebola virus.
What is your advice on the prevention of this deadly disease?
Well, as I said previously, there is no FDA approved vaccine for Ebola. So, my advice is, especially for the travelers who frequently have to travel to areas which are highly prone to Ebola, especially West African countries, what they need to do is thoroughly wash your hands, follow very strict hand hygiene, wash your hands with a good sanitizer and an alcohol based hand rub. We should also avoid contact with items that are likely to be infected, such as clothing, bedding, mattresses, or any objects that could have been contact with the blood or the body fluids. One must also avoid touching or performing rituals on persons who have died because of Ebola. One must also avoid contact with contaminated needles and syringes. One can avoid getting admitted into facilities wherein there is a very high rate of spread of Ebola. One can get an advice on this information, especially when you travel to the countries. We should know which hospitals predominantly have patients who have been admitted and who are sick with Ebola, and one should try and get avoided into such facilities. Also, one should avoid contact or ingestion of raw meat of non-human primates such as bats or apes or monkeys. So these are the specific advices, because these are very high risk group of people who are likely to develop Ebola infection. Secondly, the incubation period of Ebola is from 2 days to about 21 days. So when you come back to your country, it is very important to monitor for the symptoms of Ebola, and these include fever, headache, severe muscle pain, abdominal pain, and as well as bleeding from different sides. So if you develop any of these symptoms after returning from a high risk country, you should seek your doctor's advice immediately.
Kindly provide an update on the management of Ebola.
Well, the management of Ebola, if you are infected with Ebola, or if you are suspected to be suffering from symptoms of Ebola, or if you have had a travel to a high risk epidemic area, and if you develop any of the suspicious signs or the red flag signs, you should contact your doctors immediately. Now, in cases of serious Ebola infections, there is no cure. However, these patients need to be monitored in the ICU. They need to be treated in a supportive way by giving intravenous fluids so as to monitor their pulses, their blood pressure, as well as their oxygenation. If there is a bleeding in the lungs, or if they develop a lung injury because of serious Ebola infections, then such patients need to go on the ventilator. Also, when the patient goes on the ventilator, as well as the patient is admitted in the ICU for a long time, he is very much prone to developing secondary infections which need to be then treated. So the management of Ebola, all in all, is mainly supportive by giving intravenous fluids and by keeping a close eye on the vital signs and the parameters of the patient. There is no treatment or no specific antiviral drugs against Ebola. There are experimental vaccines and other safety drugs which are in the process, but currently none of them is approved by the FDA for use.